Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but still in the midst of a great season, winners of 8 of their last 10. Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember meeting him when he was playing at Cal, and I remember walking away thinking, instead of having Rodgers stitched on the back of his jersey, it should just say confidence, because that's how he felt about his own abilities and his ability to elevate a team.
A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Rodgers now on first down. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
Offense.
A long way to go here for the offense on 3rd down after the penalty. 3rd and 15. Third and long. It's Wilson. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Defense showing blitz.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Their big tight end. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone, so tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
He certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same way as the sideline. You have to get your feet down in bounds for it to count as a catch. How about the backgrounds of some of these guys, though? Did they work on it? Maybe some of them were ballet, some dance, who knows?
Yeah, you and I were talking the other day. I remember one of my favorite kids shows growing up. I don't know that I want to name it, but guys like Lynn Swan, they used to be on there showing their ballet skill.
And you have to remember when they were kids and their parents would tell them to take the ballet classes, you know they were fighting them like crazy. But right now they're saying, thanks, Mike.
The Rams defense heading back onto the field. The interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys out a little bit, right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception, the last drive, what will happen here?
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And he'll get it down deep into Los Angeles territory. A gain of 39 that time.
Nice catch by the tight end, Richard Rodgers, and, you know, it came from the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Some things just write themselves, don't they?
That's exactly right. Both spelled R-O-D-G-E-R-S, for those wondering.
There you go.
And now a first down following that long gain. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. This will be caught at the 2. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there. Really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And this one through the uprights and good. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. And the D looking like they may blitz. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent, and that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw on film, is a defense that likes to get out fast in terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff, so they decided they'd take advantage of it and worked on it hard in practice this week.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Freeman again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And now the Packers get set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build up the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time to charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Give them 11 on the gain there, and it'll give the Packers a 1st down.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On third and long, it's Rodgers. Finds his target, Montgomery. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Rodgers going to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. And the head coach reaches for the red. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on what...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Eddie Lacy, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So let's go. And the Rams getting set to go now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Again, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage looked defensively. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now Wilson on 1st down. That's complete right around the 8. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And Myers able to knock it through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a good kick that time, and he's able to redeem himself from the previous miss.
And fortunately for him, he got the chance to do that not long after missing the first time. Sometimes a whole game goes by, and you don't get that chance at all. So you keep it with you till the next time you take the field.
And the Rams defense, they make their way back out there now. See if they can regroup a little bit. They gave up the touchdown last drive.
And you know, from our meetings with coaches all across the league, one of their pet peeves, when teams get down, a lot of these guys now, they want to treat it like it's a video game or something. Hit reset. Let's start over, coach. Out of the first 2 series, they don't even matter now. Let's play again. That's not how it works. You're down. You gave up a touchdown. You can't do it again. You have to dig in, grit it out, and fight it out. Reset buttons. It's driving everybody crazy. There are no reset buttons when you're playing in this game.
Preach, Chucky. Preach. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On 1st down, Rodgers. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Rodgers now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a second down. Rodgers to throw once more. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. So now on fourth down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one's not close. Not even close. Short and to the right, it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Final play of the half, it's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here and okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Now, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
A gain of 3, second down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On second down, Freeman. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
The intended receiver was Corey Brown, and that brings up fourth down. Here's Johnny Hacker now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Rams defense getting ready to go again. And the last time, remember, they forced a field goal try, and it was no good, so it was a big win for them.
A huge win for them, because anytime you have an empty possession or you force one, you feel great going off the field, and probably a little chatter towards the kicker like, hey, nice miss, my man. Let's see if that affects him the rest of the game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude. But I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Open man, the tight end Rodgers. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. Boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And he slings one that's incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
26.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 45 yards. Last week, as you get a look at some of the numbers, he just wasn't in the mix, almost like he was out of the game plan. We couldn't figure out why, but here, he's fully in the game plan.
I like what you just brought up because when we asked the coaches about that, there's a little sheepish in there, wasn't it? That's when they admitted, yeah, we kind of neglected him last week. We've got to find ways to get him the football, scheme to get him open because they know he's a big-time weapon, so they're going to have people out there to cover him. But sometimes you just have to do some things, show some different formations, get him isolated where he can be one-on-one. And in this game, they're getting that done.
Offense readies for a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to slip, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Randall Cobb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers add on to their lead.
This has to be great for the psyche of this offense. Presented with bad field position, they didn't let it stop them. They rolled downfield and scored a touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Packers defense, they ready themselves here. They're just hoping for more of the same. Last time they forced the punt that led to a score.
They flipped the field, essentially, and that's what you want to do as a defense. Make sure that you put your offense in a great position to run their offense and put the ball in the end zone. That's exactly what they accomplished.
Well, they accomplished that last time. What will they accomplish this go-around? They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
They run. Devontae Freeman. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's Wilson trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
319!
Rodgers to throw on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So a bullet dodge there defensively. They surrender excellent field position on the kick return, but it winds up not costing them a thing.
And that's a tough sequence of events from an offensive perspective. The inability to get first downs leads to the field goal try. And the inability to cash that in leads to nothing on the scoreboard.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Wilson throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now it's Wilson. Over the middle here to Brown. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Again, Wilson. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Simple slant route, and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Now Wilson on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
To throw again is Wilson. Backing up. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Third and long, it's Wilson. Deep drop. Under pressure, they got him again. Kenny Clark in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved.
Offense.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But, boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And this one's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. And now it's 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And they'll run it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's brought down. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. Rodgers looking to throw. This will be caught at the 2. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And now they're in the hurry-up. Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Now Wilson, and he lost the football, and the Packers, and now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not only going to tip it, I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. That one goes for 36 yards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing again here, Wilson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And they're going to speed things up here. Wilson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
Babe Ruth ball it. Your boyfriend's got a cauliflower, and I'm a... So sue me. Who you, Judge Judy? Stacking the rubies. If life was a movie, then you could just call me the Goonies. You're not relevant. Trolling on the internet. No respect. Haven't moved out of your parents' basement yet. Big neck. Coming with the beat that's gonna break your neck.
You can hear me now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you like it loud, we can make it loud. Can you hold it down? 'Cause we can hold it down. Yeah, you can hear me now. Coming to your city, sending bass into your earlobes, like your bleached out hairdos. We glowing in the dark, got the spark, about to flare the fuse. That's just how we do. To Geronimo, parachute, skydiving off your parents' roof. Saw the magician's assistant and half like who the are you? Who the are you? Who the are we? We be the dudes who just come over to water the lawn. We don't say hi, we just come over to walk your dog. We nice like that, we super nice like that.
You can hear me now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you like it loud, we can make it loud. Can you hold it down? 'Cause we can hold it down. Yeah, you can hear me now. Yeah, you can hear me now. Turn it up to 11. Blow it up straight to heaven. Drop the big beats so they gotta listen. Yeah, you can hear me now. Yeah, you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you like it loud, we can make it loud. Can you hold it down? 'Cause we can hold it down. Yeah, you can hear me now. Yeah, you can hear me now. Turn it up to 11. Blow it up straight to heaven. Drop the big beats so they gotta listen. Yeah, you can hear me now.
I can't stop listening to this voice in my head. Got me tearing through the covers on this rusty spring bed. Bust through the days, flames kissing my back. That's all I remember, and then everything's black. You know, sounds so familiar, someplace hot in my soul. Hello, transmission. Now you're in control. I look up, I look down. Everybody's bathing in holy water. Ain't enough gone around. Raise their cups, wear their crowns. You're sitting on a gold-stained altar. Feel the jungle you sound. I walk in a fever, taste the blood in my mouth. My eyes blue shiny purple, and I'm riddled with doubt. It feels so peculiar, boiling hot in my soul.
Hello, everybody. I'm